If you're over 50, this one small habit could quietly raise your risk of a stroke while you sleep. No warning, no pain. One moment you feel fine and in the next you can't lift your arm. Your speech is slurred or your balance is gone. As a brain doctor, I've seen far too many older adults go through this. Not because of smoking, poor diet, or lack of exercise, but because of something they thought was helping. Vitamins. Yes, really, vitamins. Every day, millions of seniors take supplements, hoping to protect their bones, boost energy, or keep their memory sharp. And while many do help, some, especially in high doses or taken at the wrong time, can quietly put your brain in danger. Today, I'll walk you through 5 common vitamins that may raise your risk of stroke, brain bleeds, or blood pressure spikes, especially during the early morning hours when your brain is most vulnerable. If you've ever taken vitamin D, E, B6, A, or niacin, this video might just save your life. Before we begin, I'd love to know, have you ever questioned whether your vitamins could be doing harm? Type 1 in the comments if you're curious to learn more. Type 0 if this is all new to you. And if brain health matters to you or someone you love, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Health 365 for honest, science-backed tips, made especially for older adults. Now let's start with the most surprising one of all, vitamin D. What you don't know about it could turn a good night's sleep into a dangerous one. You've heard it's good for bones, mood, even immunity, and that's true in moderation. But here's what most seniors are never told. Too much vitamin D, especially taken at night, can quietly raise your risk of stroke. I know that sounds shocking, but I've seen it with my own patients. Take Mr. Walter, for example, a 74-year-old retired Navy vet. He was sharp, disciplined, and took his health seriously. Every morning, like clockwork, he lined up his supplements, including a 10,000 IU vitamin D capsule. He bought over the counter. He believed he was protecting his bones, but what he didn't realize was that this simple routine was slowly pushing his body toward a silent disaster. One morning, his wife found him confused. He couldn't speak clearly. His right arm hung limp, a stroke overnight. His labs showed dangerously high calcium levels, stiff arteries, and blood pressure all over the place. The culprit, vitamin D toxicity. When you take high doses of vitamin D, especially without medical guidance, it causes calcium to build up in your bloodstream. Your body doesn't know what to do with that extra calcium, so it sends it into your arteries, making them stiff and narrow, a pathway straight to your brain. As we age, our arteries naturally lose flexibility. Add dehydration, poor sleep, and a calcium spike at night, and you've created a perfect storm for stroke. The scariest part, there are no warning signs. You go to bed feeling fine and wake up with your life forever changed. Many over-the-counter vitamin D supplements contain far more than older adults actually need. 5,000, even 10,000 IU per capsule. People take these daily thinking more is better, but studies show even 2,000 IU a day. Maybe too much if you're not deficient. Let me say this clearly. If you're taking vitamin D, especially along with calcium or heart medications, get your blood levels checked regularly and always take it in the morning, not before bed. Do you know how many IUs your supplement has? Type D in the comments if you're taking vitamin D right now. Let's open the conversation. And if this made you think twice, give this video a like to help others find it too. Now, if that surprised you, wait until you hear about the next vitamin, vitamin E. Vitamin E, often called the heart helper. If you've been taking it for years, you're not alone. Many people over 60 add vitamin E to their routine, hoping it will support heart health, improve circulation, maybe even boost memory or skin. But here's what the bottle doesn't tell you. Too much vitamin E, especially when combined with heart medications, can quietly raise your risk of bleeding in the brain. Yes, even if you're doing everything right. Let me share a story I'll never forget. Mrs. Evelyn Brooks, 81, a retired librarian from Ohio. She was sharp, witty, always had a book in her hand. She had a heart valve issue and was on warfarin, a common blood thinner. Her doctors monitored everything. Blood work, pressure, all looked fine. One day she picked up a bottle of natural vitamin E. She saw in a magazine, 800 IU per capsule. I thought it would help my memory and circulation, she said. 3 weeks later, she was rushed to the ER with a terrible headache, confusion, and vomiting. A brain scan showed a hemorrhagic stroke, bleeding inside the brain, not because of high blood pressure, not because of a fall, but because the combination of warfarin and high-dose vitamin E had made her blood too thin to clot. Just one fragile vessel in her brain gave way. Here's what most people don't realize. Vitamin E in high doses acts like a natural anticoagulant. That means it slows clotting. So if you're already on aspirin, Plavix, or any blood thinner, and then add vitamin E, your risk of internal bleeding quietly goes up, especially in the brain where even a small bleed can steal your speech, your memory, or your ability to walk. And get this, the recommended daily intake for older adults is just 15 milligrams, about 22 IU. Yet most store-bought supplements contain 200, 400, even 1,000 IU per capsule. No warnings, no consultations. Many folks take them every day for years. Mrs. Evelyn survived, but now walks with a cane. Her short-term memory never fully returned. She told me through tears, "I just wanted to help myself. I didn't know I was doing harm, and that breaks my heart," because she's not alone. So many seniors think if it's a vitamin, it must be safe. But the truth is, not every vitamin is safe, especially when you're on heart or blood pressure medication. Please talk to your doctor before adding anything new to your supplement list. Now, if the idea of a brain bleed wasn't scary enough, there's another vitamin many people take for nerve support and energy. Vitamin B6. You've probably seen it on pharmacy shelves labeled nerve support or brain booster. Maybe someone told you it helps with energy, focus, or memory. But here's what most seniors are never warned about. Too much vitamin B6 can actually damage your nerves, sometimes permanently. Let me tell you about Mr. Harold Jenkins, a 76-year-old retired truck driver from Kansas. He came to my office because his feet felt numb, his hands tingled, and his balance was off. At first, he thought it was just aging. Then he started falling. Once, then again. The third time, he hit his head on the bathroom floor. When I reviewed his supplements, the problem jumped out immediately. He'd been taking a nerve support formula for over a year. Each tablet had 100 milligrams of vitamin B6, and he took 2 tablets a day. That's 200 milligrams daily, more than 10 times the safe upper limit for older adults. Here's the scary part. Unlike some vitamins that flush out in your urine, vitamin B6 builds up in your system over time, and in older adults, it can damage the protective coating around your nerves, like stripping insulation off a wire. The result? Tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, tremors, even confusion or memory loss. And these symptoms creep in slowly. Many people mistake them for arthritis, aging, or early dementia. But in truth, it could be B6 toxicity, a slow, preventable kind of nerve damage, caused by a pill meant to help. Mr. Jenkins was lucky. We stopped the supplement before the damage worsened, but he still uses a cane, and he doesn't drive anymore. He told me, "I just wanted to protect my brain. I didn't realize I was poisoning it." Let's be clear. Vitamin B6 is important, but only in very small amounts. Older adults need just about 2 to 10 milligrams a day. And that includes what you get from food. But many brain or energy supplements, sold online or in stores, contain 50, 100, even 200 milligrams per dose. That's not just unnecessary, it's dangerous. So if you're taking any supplement that says nerve, brain, or energy, please check the label, know your numbers, and type B6 in the comments if you've taken something like that, or know someone who has. Now you might be thinking, at least vitamin A must be safe. It's just for eyesight, right? Well, not exactly. If you're like most older adults, you've probably heard that vitamin A helps your eyes, your immune system, and even your skin. But here's what almost no one tells you. Too much vitamin A doesn't just sit quietly in your system. It builds up, and over time, it can raise pressure inside your skull, mimicking a stroke, damaging your vision, and even affecting your brain. Let me tell you about Mrs. Dorothy Simmons, a 79-year-old retired piano teacher from Oregon. She loved music, taught lessons from her living room, and took pride in staying independent. But one day she started getting headaches. Then came the blurred vision, then dizziness and slurred speech. Her family feared the worst, a stroke. But when we ran her scans, there was no clot, no bleeding. Instead, she had elevated pressure inside her skull, a condition called pseudotumor cerebri, or false brain tumor. Her spinal fluid was backed up, and small veins in her brain were under stress. She'd been taking a high-dose eye and skin supplement for over 5 years, nearly 10,000 IU every day, without realizing the danger. Here's the key difference. Vitamin A is fat-soluble. That means your body stores it. In your liver, your tissues, even your brain. It doesn't flush out like vitamin C or B. And as we age, the liver slows down, so the buildup happens faster. When there's too much vitamin A in your body, pressure increases inside the skull. The symptoms? Headaches, blurred or double vision, dizziness, nausea, even permanent vision loss or memory decline. The tricky part, many multivitamins already contain the full recommended dose of vitamin A. But people like Mrs. Dot unknowingly double or triple that by adding eye, skin, or anti-aging formulas on top. The safe upper limit for seniors is roughly 2,500 to 3,000 IU per day, and only under medical supervision. Yet many supplements online contain 5,000, even 10,000 IU per capsule, taken daily for months or years. It's easy to see how the damage builds up. Mrs. Dot is slowly recovering, but she now needs regular eye exams, pressure checks, and balance therapy. She told me, "I thought I was doing something good for my body. I never imagined it could hurt my brain." And that's why I share her story. Not to scare you, but to help you protect yourself and your independence. Now, if you thought eyesight vitamins were risky, wait until you hear what happens. When a vitamin meant for heart health starts spiking your blood pressure, let's talk about niacin. Vitamin B3. Niacin is often praised as a natural way to lower cholesterol. Some doctors even prescribe it. You'll also find it in heart health supplements, energy drinks, and cereals. But here's what's often left out of the conversation. In high doses, niacin can quietly cause dangerous swings in your blood pressure and even trigger a stroke. Let me introduce you to Mr. Frank Miller, an 82-year-old retired postman from Florida. He came to see me with strange symptoms, flushing in his face, pounding in his chest, and dizziness every morning. His wife thought it was anxiety. His son blamed it on blood pressure meds. But the real cause was hiding in plain sight. Frank had been taking an over-the-counter heart and circulation supplement. The front label said, supports cholesterol. The back, 1,000 milligrams of niacin per serving. He was taking it twice a day, 2,000 milligrams daily, over 60 times what most seniors actually need. Here's what happens. Niacin causes your blood vessels to suddenly expand, which makes your face flush or feel warm. But soon after, those vessels snap back and tighten. That sudden constriction can raise your blood pressure, stress your heart, and reduce blood flow to your brain. Over time, this yo-yo effect is like tapping a hammer on glass. Eventually, something cracks. Frank had what's called a transient ischemic attack, a mini-stroke. His speech slurred for 2 minutes, then returned. He thought it was a fluke, but the truth was hard. His daily supplement, meant to protect his heart, was quietly harming his brain. And he's not alone. Many seniors take high-dose niacin without realizing the risk. Even flush-free or extended-release forms can still raise blood pressure and trigger irregular heart rhythms. Here's what you need to know. For older adults, anything above 50 milligrams per day should only be taken under medical supervision. And if you have high blood pressure, heart issues, or take medication, please check your labels. Frank is now off niacin. He's recovering well, with no lasting damage. He told me, "Doc, I thought I was doing everything right. I didn't know I was gambling with my brain." Now that we've covered these 5 vitamins, each with the power to help or harm, you might be asking, so what should I take instead? Better yet, what should you eat? Here's the truth. Your body was never designed to run on pills. It was built to thrive on real food, whole, natural, nutrient-rich food that your brain recognizes and uses in the right amounts. Let me tell you about Mrs. Margaret Wilson, a 73-year-old retired school principal from Arizona. When I met her, she pulled out a drawer full of supplements. Vitamin D for bones, E for heart, B complex for energy, niacin for cholesterol, and a few brain boosters. She said, "I'm doing everything right, doc." But she felt dizzy in the mornings, her balance was off, and her blood pressure kept climbing. So we did something radical. We cleared the clutter. One by one, we replaced pills with food. No magic diet, no powders, just real meals. Here's her breakfast. 1 boiled egg for clean protein, half an avocado for healthy fats, a slice of whole grain toast for steady energy, a handful of blueberries for antioxidants, and a glass of room temperature water to hydrate the brain. Sometimes a few walnuts or almonds. That's it. Within weeks, Maggie's dizziness faded, her blood pressure stabilized, and her mind felt clearer than it had in years. Here's why. Your brain needs hydration, healthy fats, and balanced nutrients. It doesn't need megadoses. It needs balance. Some of the best foods for older adults include leafy greens like spinach and kale, fatty fish like salmon or sardines, berries, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. These foods protect not just your brain, but also your heart, bones, and mood. Final thought. Awareness is the best medicine. At this stage in life, every choice matters more. It's not the pills you take, but what you understand about them. That truly protects you. You don't need to fear vitamins, but you do need to respect them. Read the labels, ask your doctor, and listen to your body, especially when it whispers. If any part of this spoke to you, tell me in the comments, What's one change you'll make starting tomorrow? And if you found this helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe to Health 365 so we can keep learning, growing, and staying strong together. You're not alone on this journey, and you're never too old to take back control of your health,